The Snatch. Why the Snatch? This movement is designed to create explosive power and speed. It's used for athletes looking to improve their strength, speed, power, flexibility, coordination, agility, balance, and accuracy. This movement starts at the ground and finishes overhead in one fast movement. It's considered the world's fastest lift. The Snatch is a momentum-dominant movement. It is designed to be done fast, yet controlled. The Snatch develops hip extension and creates a super potent neuroendocrine response. To perform this movement well, you need a proficient overhead squat. And obviously, my Snatch isn't 100% as I still need to work on my range and mobility. Key points of movement. Hips and shoulders rise at the same rate. Hips reach full extension. Re-dip under the bar into an overhead position. Be fast and aggressive throughout the movement. The setup. Stance and foot position. Between hip and shoulder width with toes slightly turned out. This provides the best position to produce power. Hand position is wide on the bar. The bar should rest at the hip crease when the arms are at full extension. For some, it's their overhead squat grip. We use this wide grip for optimal balance, stability, and speed. Too close, and you won't have the flexibility to keep the bar overhead while squatting. Too wide, and you'll start recruiting much weaker shoulder muscles to support the bar overhead. It will also be a lot easier to drop the bar forward or backward if needed for safety. Neutral spine position. We do this for safety and power output. Head position remains neutral. This helps keep alignment of your cervical spine for maximum power and safety. Scapula, lats, and hamstrings super tight and engaged. This will help keep the bar close and the body rigid during the first pull of the lift. Shoulders should be directly above the bar at setup with an upright torso. This is for optimum pulling position and weight distribution. Progression with PVC or barbell. Halting deadlift to the knees. Focus on your hips and shoulders rising together. Rotation to the jumping position. This is all about getting comfortable moving the bar into that jumping position. High hang, open hip shrug. Focus on fast extension and shrugging with no arm bend. Rotation and open hip shrug. Focus is on hitting the jumping position, opening, and then shrugging seamlessly. Overhead squat. Focus on depth and pulling your lats and scapula down into your back pocket. Hang snatch. Focus on hip shrug and beating the bar down, catching the bar low and tight. Full snatch from the floor. Execution. Weight distribution. Weight needs to be in your heels. This helps to activate our posterior chain, which is our engine for movement and stabilization. Diaphragmatic breath. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath at the standing position and then squeeze your abs. This helps your body to stay rigid and maintain your lumbar curve. Bend at your hips and grip the bar, ideally in a hook grip. The hook grip is placing the thumb across the bar towards your hand and then squeezing your thumb and the bar. Super strong grip. Push your knees out laterally on the way up. This helps create the most power and balance throughout the movement. Bar remains in contact with the legs at all times. To keep the weight as close to our center of mass as possible, this makes the movement much more efficient. Hips and shoulders rise at the same rate. This helps completely utilize the hamstrings, glutes, and back as a unit. We develop more power with all three working together. Once the bar is past the knee, the knees and shoulders will rotate about the hip into a jumping position. We are setting ourselves up to have an upright torso to jump the bar vertically. Jump to full extension of the hips and knees and then shrug. We want to develop explosive hip extension and shoulder flexion to translate momentum to the bar vertically. Pull yourself under the bar, receiving it in the overhead position of the overhead squat. This will help you to receive, support, and balance the load in the frontal plane. Stand up to full extension of the knees and hips with the bar remaining in the overhead position. We're going to maintain the bar in the frontal plane and finish the full lift. Common faults with simple fixes. Hyperextension. This compromises the natural, stable position of your spine and leaves you more susceptible to injury. Be sure to take that deep diaphragmatic breath and maintain a super tight midsection. Rounded back. This could be due to weak, tight hamstrings and maybe even glutes. It compromises the neutral, stable position of your spine and leaves you more susceptible to injury. Again, take that deep diaphragmatic breath and stay super tight. Weight in your toes. This could be weak hamstrings or glutes, or you could be quad dominant. This could also mean that you're jumping a little bit too early. You'll have a big loss of power and balance and won't be connected to the ground, thereby not activating the engines. Try to lift your toes up throughout the lift. Hips rise before the shoulders. This could be to a weaker back or stronger hamstrings. Lift with the hips and shoulders at the same speed. Pulling with the arms. A cardinal sin in the core to extremity world. This is an extreme loss of power and a break in the chain. Keep your arms loose throughout the movement. Unable to drop under fully. You may be scared to get under. There may be a lack of flexibility in the squat or overhead position. Focus on full range squatting to develop comfort in those deep receiving positions. Hips don't open up all the way. You could be rushing to drop under the bar. Just jump super high to get full power and squeeze your butt. Thank you for watching.